Today we're going to talk about the Marvel character Romulus and how he is set to be a menace in the MCU real soon. The MCU is obviously in a phase post-Endgame where some people really like it and others think Marvel can do much better. In some instances, I'm in the second group as some of the projects they've done could have been made a lot differently and better. As far as that goes, while older characters are being phased out, new characters are coming to the big screen. And not only heroes, villains as well. Romulus might be one of the coolest and darkest villains to grace the big screen in a while, and has the potential to be done right, unlike a villain such as Gore the God Butcher. In Marvel Comics, Romulus harvested adamantium, and he was behind manipulating Logan's entire bloodline. Because of Romulus, Logan's biological son, Daken, turned evil and hated Wolverine. Daken also joined the Dark Avengers. I'll dive much more into this shortly. There was a She-Hulk Easter egg about a man with metal claws in Madripoor, and it could be Romulus, not Wolverine. I know Wolverine is the go-to character when metal claws are mentioned, but the Easter egg was definitely left open for the MCU to have fun with. We already know at least an older version of Wolverine is set to appear in the MCU alongside Deadpool, so having Romulus also make an appearance and get involved would be a nice touch. A setting in Captain America Brave New World is the fairly newly formed island of Tiamat from the Dead Celestial, where multiple groups will be fighting to harvest adamantium. This is said to be where adamantium is first introduced properly to the MCU, and with that, mutants. According to himself, Romulus was born in prehistoric times as one of the Lupine, a tribe of feral humans theorized to have possibly evolved from canines rather than apes. However, Remus, his sister, admitted to Wolverine that this was just subterfuge. We yet to know whether the next Wolverine will be introduced with an adamantium skeleton or if there will even be a new Wolverine. An option the MCU could very well go with is Daken, Wolverine's son, as he is similar in many ways and Romulus heavily connects the two. There is also talk about X-23 coming back. She last appeared in Logan as a young girl, but as the actress has grown up, she continues to look exactly how X-23 does as an adult. So why is Romulus about to be a menace in the MCU? If I'm correct and he does show up in the MCU, I don't necessarily see it being a one-time thing, and he could set a lot of interesting events in motion. Romulus has the opportunity to be a huge threat, and a villain many may come to enjoy watching cause destruction and chaos. He's extremely intelligent while also being an exceptional warrior, planner, and tactician. He possesses the abilities and physiology that Wolverine does, except Romulus is 7 feet tall and his claws are like saber-toothed that come out of his nails. That didn't matter to him though, as he had adamantium claws attached to his gloves like Wolverine, so that he has double the adamantium weapons on his hands. Also like Wolverine, Romulus eventually infused his skeleton with adamantium, so along with superhuman healing and abilities, he's a more well-rounded version of Wolverine with bad intentions. It is said that Romulus was actually behind the Weapon X program, as he has an extended lifespan and is very smart with a goal in mind for himself. This has been contradicted in other versions of the story, but it has also been told. He also has many connections to governments and different government programs, so one of those who isn't the US government has to be involved with his potential involvement in retrieving adamantium from Tiamat. Romulus is the perfect introductory villain that could also be recurring to bring forward the introduction of adamantium and mutants to the MCU. This Romulus we speak of is from Earth 616, and there's no better timing than now. While he'll be a deadly force in Captain America if he shows up, where he really shows his evil side is when Wolverine is involved. Wolverine is one of the main and most popular mutants Marvel has at its disposal, so in one way or another, he may very well have to show up in a large capacity. Romulus and Wolverine go way back. The story starts when the Winter Soldier killed Itsu, Wolverine's wife, when she was pregnant, in order to draw Wolverine out so he could be returned to the custody of Madripoor. Romulus, who was described as an ancient mutant warlord, swooped in and cut the unborn child, Akihiro, or later known as Daken, from the womb and left Itsu's body. Daken survived through the healing power passed on by Wolverine, but was left to be raised by a Japanese couple until the family finally fell apart many years later when Daken's powers started to manifest. Romulus appeared to him for the first time since saving him from his mother's womb after that. Romulus then started training Daken to become a killer and manipulated him into thinking Wolverine was responsible for the death of Itsu because of what he thought Daken would become. Romulus fed off this hate and drive for many years, and he put Dakin through the same boot camp as Wolverine went through 40 plus years ago, also being trained by the same man, Silas Burr. Romulus had plans for him as well involving adamantium. While Romulus bonded adamantium with different skeletons like his own, this time he bonded it with Burr's skin, and he later became Cyber. Romulus was regularly in the background in control of events and was a major behind the scenes piece in a lot of Wolverine's life without him knowing. Romulus believes that he is at the top of the food chain and that he eventually needs a replacement, so some of his time in the MCU could be setting that up. He's not the type of villain that would be good only appearing as the main villain once. He's someone that could be a big bad for a phase of the MCU, but not necessarily the Avengers, but instead X-Men. I very much hope that since he is heavily involved in the Weapon X program, that he will be there for the conception of it in the MCU, and to bring another dark villain into the fold to impact the future phases as the MCU transitions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you are excited and ready for Romulus in the MCU as I am. Since you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Shorts release every day, and videos are out once a week. See you soon.